Above All Nations, a brand rooted with our heritage in mind. Featuring the Babylon Has Fallen hoodie, this mighty piece is a bold statement describing the times we're living in. Also perfect for keeping warm while standing firm in your faith. You won't be able to miss the vibrant Song of Solomon tee, inspired by Song of Solomon 1 and 10, a piece that represents our royal heritage that the Most High gave us. Head over to AboveAllNations.shop to grab yours now. They're moving fast. That's AboveAllNations.shop. Kwame Yashrala. Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
I hope y'all like that. That was Supplication by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Why is she evil? She just like, yeah, they just say she into astrology. Nah, she just say evil for us. She was like, crazy. She's just crazy. Yeah, she's manipulative. But he's saying. Yo, check it out. You ain't worried about that. They're gonna show you at the end. So that's that a knocking out in that 1 minute. That's probably.
Yo, what was that about? Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
To do what? To be acceptable back to the Most High God. Christ didn't come and Christ didn't die for you to continue in sin. Paul taught us that. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? What did Paul say? God forbid. So this is why we got to learn these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because if you don't learn these laws, you don't learn the commandments, you don't know what's required out of you. And our people are going to continue to go in error. Our people are going to continue to go further and further into sin. Because we don't know no better. These pastors aren't teaching our people. Our people are being left to fend for themselves. The whole time, they're giving the church their money. Whole time, the pastor is manipulating your wife, manipulating your little boys, your little girls. When if we just come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, the Most High God will receive us back. That's why you got Catholic priests molesting little kids. They don't fear God, man. They only fear the eyes of men. The whole Catholic diocese, man. Over in Rome, what do they do? Fear the eyes of men. Why you say that, Nakawasha? Because soon as a Catholic priest is exposed, what do? They transfer that priest to another parish. And he's gone over there to do the same thing. He went from northwest to southwest. He went from southwest to southeast. From southeast to northeast. Got run out of northeast, kept committing pedophilia, kept molesting little kids, and what do? Send him out to Maryland. He left from Maryland, went to Philly. Left from Philly, went to New York. Left from New York, went to Florida. What are they doing, man? They fearing the eyes of men. They don't fear the Most High God, man. If these pastors feared the Most High God, man, they will turn you back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. If they stood in the counsel of the Most High God, they will turn you from your wicked way. That's why we come out bold in these streets, man. To teach you what thus saith the Lord. To teach you to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. To teach our younger brothers to honor your mother and father. To teach you blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men, stop leaving your wife and your children. Take care of your responsibility. Teaching our sisters, love your husband. Stop committing adultery against your husband. Stop laying with somebody that's not your husband. But fear God, man. And keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's dive back in the book of Sirach, man. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6. Now at verse number 20. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. So what is this saying, man? Wisdom, knowledge to an unlearned man is unpleasant. Why? Because now I gotta teach this man, you can't leave your wife for any cause. You can't just up and divorce her because she burnt the dinner. You can't up and divorce her because she need a break from the kids. You can't up and divorce her because she didn't have your breakfast or your clothes ironed. Come on, man. But wicked men in their own mind, they don't fear God, man. They go right down to the courthouse, submit papers for a divorce, have it signed by a lawyer, notarized by a notary, and sent off to the spouse. While she at work, he at home packing his stuff. Same thing with his sister, man. Many brothers come home, wife clothes packed, kids clothes packed, and they out of there. Why? Because they don't fear God, man. They don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments in their heart. But this is what we're supposed to do. Wisdom is unpleasant to the unlearned. They won't abide when wisdom and knowledge start hitting in these streets, man. When the mirror of wisdom starts showing you yourself, hey, man, we don't like that reflection. We don't like seeing ourselves, man. We don't like seeing our own sins exposed. So what do? We don't come to the light. That's what Christ was teaching, man. Christ taught that men won't come to the light. Why? Because their deeds are evil. Because that light exposes what? My mind exposes the words that I say out of my mouth, and it exposes my deeds, man. But you're not going to find that amongst Israelite men. We're going to come out to the streets of D.C., and we're going to shine the light every Shabbat, man. While we on a job, we're going to shine the light, man. While we in the street, in the grocery store, we shining the light. Why, man? Because we fear God. The more wisdom, the more knowledge and understanding that we gain, the more we learn about ourselves, man. The more we see our own shortcomings. the more we see the work that has to be done within. And Christ said, man, these things come by nothing but fasting and prayer. Man, so you'll see an Israelite man not eating. See an Israelite man not drinking. Why? Because that man is working on himself, man. The light of the gospel is shining in his life, man. That man is seeing wickedness. Man, that grain of evil seed that's been placed in the heart of men, he's seeing it take root. So that man got to labor in fasting, labor in prayer, man. To do what? To rid himself of that wickedness. And our people got to come back to these laws, man. Don't be afraid of your own reflection, man. Man, that's why I love, man, SOT Watchtower brought out that camp video, man. For you to understand why you here. Not out here for all this folly, man. We out here to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. To gain the kingdom, man. That's the greatest reward on this earth. It's the greatest thing on this earth, man. And I want to be worthy of it. I want my brothers and sisters to be worthy of it. I want my sons to be worthy of it. I want my daughter and my grandchildren to be worthy of it, man. So we come out here teaching you these laws, statutes, and commandments. Teaching you to fear God, keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Stop committing adultery against your husband. Stop committing adultery against another man. Stop laying men with men, women with women. Teaching these children, man, how to have shame, how to have integrity, man. That's why we're here, to fear God. We're not out here for our own pleasure, our own desire, our own heart. Hey, hold that bus. Hey, let the mother get on, man. That's what we gotta do, man. You gotta love your elderly people, man. You gotta look out for them, man. Take care of them. Honor them. Man, scripture says honor the hoary head, man. When you see an elder man come in the midst, you're supposed to stand up. Give reverence to him. Why? Because he's been in this life. He's been toiling in his life for years. That's why we give praise and honor to our elders. Man, the prophets and the apostles that came before us, man. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in the truth. Without them teaching on these corners, a lot of us wouldn't even understand the truth. A lot of your greatest teachers would have never heard the truth had it not been from those brothers. And the mighty priest Zabak, the elder Makar, man, all these mighty men in this truth, man. Priest Daniela, man, coming out teaching the people, man. Laboring in this truth, man. All these camps, watchmen for Israel, man. Soldiers of Yahweh. Sons of Thunder. House of Israel, House of David, Tabernacle of David. Man, all these camps, man. Man, pray the Most High have great success all over this nation. Waking up our people and bringing them back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Because that's what this life is about. It's about building up a nation. Building up a people that's acceptable in the eyes of the Most High God. But this people got to be committed to the Most High God, man. You gotta learn where you stand. Learn where you stand in this truth, man. What do I mean by that? Man, Christ taught a parable. Christ taught a parable about the sower. Sower went out to sow the seed. You know, the seed is the world. Sowed some among the wayside, some among the thorns. Some he sowed on good ground.
Now some more brothers, right?
Huh?
Now more.
Are we Moors? No, we way before the Moors, man. We Israelites. Those Moors, they are Israelites.
True Israelites.
That's right. Our job is to do what? Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And that's why we out here in these streets, man. That's what we here for. So you got to be careful where you stand when the seed is being sown. Because a lot of our people, depending on what's being sown, they standing among the wayside, man. That seed ain't taking root because they don't want to hear what the teacher got to say. They think they know. Then you got some that's sown among the thorns. What happens to that seed? Man, the cares of this life, it start to choke it out. So you got people that start to come into the truth. One thing happened in their life and they out. Wife don't want to get on board, or husband don't want to get on board and don't want to follow the laws of God, and out the truth they go. That's why you got to be careful where you stand, man. You got to be receptive and willing to hear every godly discourse. You got to have a willing mind, a willing heart to do what? Not join Sons of Thunder, not join IUIC, UPK, Watchmen for Israel, House of David, House of Israel, but you got to have a willing mind to be pleasing to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Because ultimately, your membership in Sons of Thunder, your membership in any Israelite camp ain't gonna gain you the kingdom, man. But it's your service to Yahweh, what you do during that membership, man. Are you fearing God and keeping His commandments? Are you being a watchman, as the book of Ezekiel taught us, man? To warn your people of the wrath and judgment that's going to come. To do what? Save your own life. Because not only is this truth a benefit for others, it's a benefit to us too. Because in the words that we say may save our own life. The words we don't say can condemn us, man, to everlasting shame and contempt. Let's keep reading in the book of Sirach. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her, man. Let's further that point in the book of Proverbs. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, beginning at verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Man, so a foolish man, they don't want to hear these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. They don't want to have nothing to do with this truth, man. They hear what you're saying, but they casting it off as soon as they leave your presence, man. That's why I said you got to be mindful of where you stand when the seed is being sown. Because if you're a fool or if you're standing by the wayside, hey man, that word it's not going to profit you. It's not going to take root. Why? Because it wasn't sown on good ground. You didn't have a mind willing and ready to hear the laws of God. You didn't have a mind to want to come out of sin, man. You had a mind to want to be a moral. You had a mind to want to be a sinner in his life. You had a mind to be just like the wicked, that the Most High taught us, fret not thyself because of evildoers. Man, even David taught us, man, my foot almost well nigh slipped because I was envious at the prosperity of the wicked. Man, this life is full of stuff. Stuff, man. Clothes, Gucci suits. Man, you got Yeezy shoes. All different type of shirts, man. All you doing is you just showing that you got a willing mind to give your money to a designer. and represent him instead of representing the laws of God, man. Representing the Most High in this earth. But how do we do that, man? We do that even in our dress. That's why you see these brothers, man. Look at these brothers out here with these fringes, man. Why? Because the Most High God requires that out of his people, man. They do it, why? Because they want to be pleasing to the eyes of God, man. Not pleasing to the Kawashah. Not pleasing to the elder sons of thunder, priests of Bach. And we're not out here, out in these streets, man, wearing fringes, keeping these laws to be pleased by men. And we want to be pleasing to the Most High God.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.